And now to tell you the unusual story about the career of my famous mynah bird, TV. He was the smartest and most intelligent mynah bird in the world. The mynah is the only creature on the face of the earth that can speak exactly like a human being. Not only can he imitate and mimic, but he also has the ability to answer questions intelligently. It took me 6 hours a day for 1 year to accomplish what you will hear in the recording that follows. It proves what can be done if one takes the time and also has the patience and love to complete the bird's instruction and training. TV had over a 500-word vocabulary. Since this remarkable bird is no longer with me, we shall hear his voice from one of my priceless tape recordings. The first sound you will hear is the natural jungle call of the mynah bird. This was at the age of 8 weeks. The next sounds are his baby calls, comparable to a baby's cooing in his crib. You can also hear him jumping up and down on his perch as he concentrated on what I was teaching him. As I was teaching him not only to say the famous commercial, "You can be sure if it's Westinghouse," but also his unequaled vocabulary. TV seemed to catch the humor of a situation and often laughed while performing, to the utter amazement of the audience. TV, what are you?
I'm a mynah bird.
And you're going to prove to our audience that...
Bird can't talk.
Now you will hear the actual tape of his performance given before an exclusive and prominent society banquet at the Waldorf Astoria. TV was then 6 months old. You will notice how quickly this bird answered the questions. When he didn't want to make a mistake, he would actually think in order to answer correctly.
Hello out there on the air. You know, we have a surprise for you this evening. We have TV with us. And TV is an Indian mynah bird. Why we call him TV is that he appears...
Yeah.
Yes, of course, he's telling you. Why we call him TV is that he appears on television, radio, and screen. And this is a bird only 6 months old. Yes, well, don't cough now. Just wait your turn, dear. Now, we're talking about you. TV is only 6 months old, and he is now known as the world's most intelligent bird. The mynah bird hails from India.
I'm fine. How are you?
Well, of course, he's saying to you that he's fine. Would you say hello to the folks out there? Would you say hello?
Hello, boy.
Hello, boy. What do you say when a pretty girl goes by? What do you say? Oh, that's it. That's fine. Now, listen. If you were to say to that lovely girl over there, see that?
Yeah.
Yes, see that pretty girl over there? Would you say to her, hello, darling? Hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. That's it. That's a good boy. Now, how about the camels are coming? That's just fine. Camels are coming. And did you hear what a perfect pitch he has?
What, dear?
Well, we're just talking what a good voice you have. Yes, we're just saying to the audience what a good voice you have. Now, listen, do you remember?
Yeah, but sure.
Just a moment now. Just a moment. You're going too fast. Now, listen. Now, listen. Do you remember we were in Quebec last week? Do you remember that? Listen. Remember it was quite chilly.
Yeah.
Yes, you remember that, don't you? It was quite chilly up there. Remember, did you have a little cold up there? A little cold? Oh, my goodness, he has such a cold. Yes, of course. Well, of course, he's laughing about the cold. Yes, but it's all right now, isn't it? Yes, of course. Now, you know what we'd love to hear? Would you tell us?
Westinghouse.
That's exactly what we'd like to hear. Now, of course, that's the 3-syllable word with 12 letters. And you know, we find a child, a year-old, does not enunciate.
What, dear?
We're telling the audience that a child, a year-old, does not articulate as clearly as TV. Now, could you say the first part of your commercial? And, of course, you know what that is. You can be sure.
You'll be sure.
You can be sure if it's...
Westinghouse.
Westinghouse is the word, of course.
And here are TV's last words on tape.
I love you.
And I love you too, darling.